Hey guys, Justin here with AmericanTrucks.com, and today I have the pleasure of breaking down and installing the Flowmaster Outlaw Extreme Catback exhaust, available for your 2015 through 2020 3.5 liter EcoBoost F-150. Now, you guys should be checking out the Outlaw Extreme here if you want one of the loudest and most affordable setups currently available on the site for your 3.5 liter powered ride to ultimately change up the entire attitude of your truck. But as is tradition here with exhaust videos, let's recap those sound clips we heard at the very top of this video. And listen, as you all heard, or if you still have your hearing left, the Outlaw Extreme is going to offer the ultimate bang for your buck when it comes to all-out volume. You're also picking up a lot of rasp with this system with the EcoBoost F-150 and just overall aggressiveness. Now, this thing is easily gonna peg my Wake the Neighbor scale at an easy 5 out of 5, again, on that 1 to 5 or 1 to Wake the Neighbor scale. This system really never disappoints when loud is the #1 priority. Now, I do want to say that due to the configuration of this system with the Outlaw Extreme here dumping immediately underneath the cab of your truck and its overall aggressive sound, don't expect things to be dead quiet in the cab while cruising. Now, if you do browse some of the customer reviews, you'll notice a lot of our customers have pointed out it might not be as loud as you might think inside the cab, but at the same time, again, don't expect a stock-like experience as well. Moving into construction, and as you can see, this is a pretty simple system here, guys. You're looking at 409 grade stainless steel throughout here, so a 100% stainless billet. I always like that. And that does include things like your very small amount of 3-inch mandrel bent tubing, of course your Outlaw muffler here, and everything has been painted black to help reduce any possible corrosion over the years. Now again, guys, the system does dump immediately underneath the cab of your truck, right in front of that rear axle, which I think does make for a cleaner look because you're not seeing all the extra pipes and tips and things like that. Now, finally, guys, the system is made in the USA and it is backed by Flowmaster's limited lifetime warranty in case you should ever run into any issues. Now, earlier in the video, I did mention this system packing plenty of bang for your buck, and that certainly is gonna be the case here, as you're looking at right around that low to mid $400 range for the Outlaw Extreme, which is gonna make this system, along with Flowmaster's Flow FX, two of the most affordable turn-down style systems currently on the site for your EcoBoost F-150. Now, moving into our installation portion, the site's gonna call this a strong 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you at least an hour, maybe a little bit more to complete from start to finish, depending on how fast you like to work. But now, what do you say we throw it out to the boys in the shop? Let's check out our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
For this install, you will need an impact, 10 and 13 millimeter swivel sockets, 15 millimeter socket, hanger pliers, cutting wheel and a flap wheel, marker, safety glasses, a tape measure, and helpful tools will be a pry bar and some penetrating lubricant. Also not shown here would be a pole jack or jack and jack stands. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be installing an exhaust on our F-150, but first we're going to send you to watch a short video on how to uninstall your factory system, and we'll see you when you get back.
So first things first, we got to get rid of our factory catback, and we're going to start by lubricating all of the hangers. And then there's two 13 millimeter bolts on this flange here that we're going to undo as well. That will allow us to push the whole exhaust back and drop it in one big piece. If you are working on the ground, you might have to loosen that clamp right there or bring out the saw to cut this into a couple pieces. But again, since we're on the lift, we're going to take it out in one big piece.
Alrighty guys, welcome back. Now that we've shown you how to remove your factory setup, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the install of our new system. Now, for this particular system, it does require you to cut off a portion of your factory mid-pipe to allow for slip fit of your new turn down system that we're gonna be installing. So we already have a pre-cut one here, but for demonstration and reference, you're gonna come to the end of your factory slip fit here and measure back 4 inches and make a cut right there with a cutting wheel, chop saw, whatever you have at your disposal, and then go ahead and clean that up really good. And then we're gonna go ahead and reinstall our factory mid-pipe after the cut so we can move forward with installing the rest of our system. So now we're gonna go ahead and get our factory mid-pipe back into place here. So we'll go ahead and get our first bolt back into place, followed by our second 13mm bolt. And we're just gonna leave these loose for now to allow us for fitting and adjustment on the rest of our system, and then we'll come back and tighten them down. So to install the rest of our exhaust, we're gonna start by sliding our clamp onto our mid-pipe. So to get the rest of our system into place, we're gonna line up our hangers with our frame-mounted isolator here, and then our cross-member mounted isolator back here. We're gonna push these all the way through. So you may find when you get these into position, you may have to remove your frame-mounted isolator here to get enough room to go back into your cross-member mounted isolator to allow room for our slip fit to go into place. So we're just gonna unbolt this with our 10mm swivel socket on our impact. And remember to keep a hand on your exhaust. It will be loose at this point. Go ahead and push this back. Then we can go ahead and get our slip fit into place on our mid-pipe. We want to bring that back a good bit so it seats in pretty deep. Once we have that in place, we can go ahead and rotate it back up and get our isolator bolted back down. Just reinstall our 2 10mm bolts here. Now this system does only require one of your frame mounted hanger isolators, so you can feel free to keep the other one off as you will not need it for this setup. So then we'll go ahead and tighten these back down using our 10mm swivel socket on our impact. So before we tighten down our clamp for our slip fit, we're gonna go ahead and fully tighten down our flange bolts here, just so we know our mid-pipe is seated all the way back and we can adjust the position of our exhaust as needed. So we'll go ahead and use our 13mm swivel socket to tighten these down. And you do wanna alternate your tightening so that your flare sits as good as possible. Now that's tight, we can move on to our clamp. So now we have our clamp in place on our slip joint here, and we've made sure it's bottomed out and past these slots. So we'll go ahead and use our 15mm socket on our impact and tighten this down. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our Flowmaster Outlaw Extreme single turn down exhaust system for your 15 to 20 3.5 liter EcoBoost F-150, excluding the Raptor and the 19 and 20 limited F-150. Thank you for watching, and as always, for everything F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.